Acute, obtuse, right, and straight angles. An acute angle is an angle that is 1 to 89 degrees or smaller than a right angle. An obtuse angle is 91 to 179 degrees or larger than a right angle. A right angle is an angle that is exactly 90 degrees. And a straight angle is an angle that is exactly 180 degrees. When we talk about angles, we're talking about the measurement of a circle. One of the tools used to measure an angle is called a protractor, and a protractor looks like this. You could see it's a half a circle. They make protractors that are full circles, and you can kind of see the dotted lines that are here. When you're using a protractor has two sets of numbers here. And so you can see that it goes from 0 all the way to 180. And you can see that it also, on this side, it goes from right to left as well. When you're using a protractor, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate on this angle ABC that I have here, when I move my protractor over, you always want to put the vertex or the point of the angle right in the circle, right in the middle where that point is. Okay? And then whatever line is pointing to 0, that determines whether you're reading the interior numbers or the exterior numbers. The interior numbers are the numbers here on the inside of the protractor, and the exterior numbers are the numbers here on the outside of the protractor. So we look at our angle here, we can see that this line right here is pointing to 0. So now we have to read our numbers from left to right. What you do is you stop reading where the second line meets. So this line should point, one line should always point to 0. And you can draw a line from here, the edge of the angle. We'll try to draw a straight line here. Let me do this. It's a little bit easier for me. Draw a straight line so that you can see what number your angle hits. So when I look at the interior numbers, that's the numbers on the bottom, I can see, since I'm going here and numbers are increasing as I move to the left, I know that's a little bit different, I can see that it's more than 50 but less than 60. So when I count the little wee lines here, these are millimeters. When I count these little millimeter lines right here, I can see 55, 56, that my angle goes to about 57 degrees. So I've just measured with the protractor, and I just wanted to show you that's the symbol for degrees, and that's how they determine the exact angle. Today you're just going to eyeball the angles like you've done in the past, and you're going to practice a little bit more with that. You don't have an exact protractor yet, but you are going to make your own kind of protractor. So the circle that you have right now, you're going to fold that circle in half. So fold it in half so both sides match. Next, you're going to fold it in half again. So when you're all done, your circle should look just like this. When you see that, you should notice that there's an angle there. That's a 90-degree angle. And the reason we use the circle today is because angles come from a circle. It's all about how much circle will fit in something. So if I have a full circle, I have 360 degrees all the way around. This corner right here, see how it's perfectly straight up and down, is a 90-degree angle. So if I wanted to use my circle to measure the degrees of an angle just to see if it's right, acute, or obtuse, I could use that corner of a circle. And just for time's sake, I'm just going to draw two perpendicular lines. And I've used rays. Perpendicular just means a right angle. That's all it means, that the lines form a right angle. And I'm going to type that word out for you so you can see it. Perpendicular. So this is the word perpendicular. It just means right angle or 90 degrees. Okay? And so when you get the corner of your circle, you're just going to place the corner of your circle inside the angle to see if the angle is exactly the same, bigger or smaller. And that is right acute obtuse.